Here's something most people are not going to want to hear. 78,000 tech workers got laid off in just the first quarter of this year, and almost half of them, it was around 37,000 people, were directly attributed to AI. Companies are straight up saying, we don't need humans for this role anymore. Okay, Meta just cut another 8,000 jobs this month. Mark Zuckerberg told them that their jobs were a casualty of the AI infrastructure budget. Amazon cut 30,000 in the last 5 months. Oracle quietly cut 10,000 to fund their data centers, and this is just what's been reported in the last few months. The layoffs happening right now, the ones happening quietly inside companies where no one's announcing it, those numbers are way bigger than what you're seeing in the news. If you're new here, I'm Owen. I'm 24. I live in San Diego. I run an AI automation agency, as well as a program called the Agent Cartel, where I teach other people how to build profitable AI agencies. I've been in the game a couple years now. I've helped over hundreds of guys build their own AI service business, with most of them hitting real money in their first few months. So when I talk about this stuff, it's not theory, it's what I'm doing every single day. Back to what I was saying, most of the guys watching this are sitting at a job right now, or they're in college getting ready to go get a job, and they have no idea that the runway under them is getting shorter every single day. I'm not going to sit here and try to scare you, okay? It's not what this is for. But what I'm going to do is tell you exactly what's happening so you can make a decision with real information instead of getting blindsided like everyone else. Because the thing is, the companies doing these layoffs are not hiding it anymore. They used to call it restructuring or efficiency or whatever they wanted, okay? But now they're literally saying that we are replacing humans with AI. Think about that. Okay, almost half of every tech layoff in 2026 is now being explicitly blamed on AI by the companies themselves. The Anthropic CEO, Dario, specifically said AI is going to wipe out half of entry-level white-collar jobs in the US. The Ford CEO said the same thing. These are not random podcasters making predictions, all right? These are the CEOs of the companies actually building this stuff. The guys getting hit the hardest right now are the white-collar guys, right? The ones who went to college, the ones who got the degree, the ones who did everything they were told to do. The people who played it safe are the ones getting wiped out first. And the wild part is most of them still don't see it coming. I talk to guys in their 30s. They're working corporate jobs. They have the salary. They have the benefits. They have the whole setup. And when I tell them what's coming, they kind of nod and smile. Like, yeah, AI is interesting, cool. They don't get it though. They think they have 5 years, 10 years. They think there's going to be some smooth transition where the company tells them ahead of time and gives them a chance to reskill. That's not how this works, okay? What's actually going to happen is one Tuesday morning, their boss is going to pull them into a Zoom call and tell them that their role is no longer needed. And by the time they go home, that night, someone is already setting up the AI system that replaced them. There's a Meta engineer who literally got laid off and ended up scooping ice cream to make ends meet. That is a real story from 2026, not 1995, right now. This is the reality. And you can sit here and feel bad about it. You can be mad about it. You can pretend it's not happening. Or you can do what I did and get on the right side of it. Because the thing no one's connecting for these guys, the same wave that's killing those jobs is the same one that built my entire life. I live by the beach in San Diego. I just moved into a new place with a pool. And the only reason I've gotten to this point is because I figured out a couple years ago that AI was about to flip the entire economy upside down. And instead of being scared of it, I learned how to build it. I lived in my truck at 18. I worked trade jobs. Then I started a window cleaning business. Made $250,000 in the first year doing 12-hour days in the sun and realized that was still a trap too. So I locked myself in a room, cold called business owners every single day for 4 months. Made $0 for 4 months. Then I signed my first AI client for $2,000. 3 months later, I was at $40,000 in a month. I'm not telling you to flex, but I'm telling you this because I want you to understand that I'm not special. I barely graduated high school. All right, I just moved earlier than most other people, and that is the entire thing. Every major shift in the economy has worked the same way, okay? The internet in the 90s, e-com in the 2000s, social media in the 2010s, and now it's AI in the 2020s. Every single time. A small group of normal people saw it early, and then they moved and got rich. Most people waited until it was obvious. By then, it was too late to get the real money, right? AI is that wave right now. We're maybe 2 years into a 20-year shift. The guys who move right now are going to look like geniuses in 5 years. The guys who wait until it's obvious are going to be the ones getting laid off. I have students that were sitting in jobs they hated 6 months ago, and now they're at $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, or $30,000 per month with their AI service business. They didn't have degrees, they didn't have backgrounds in tech, they just made the move while everyone else was still watching, okay? That is the game, that is all it is. I know what some of you are thinking right now, you're thinking, yeah, Owen, but I don't know where to start, all right? Or, but I don't have time, or I'm not technical enough, right? And every single one of those is a story you're telling yourself to feel okay about not moving. I get it. I was there sitting in my truck when I was 18, wondering if I was just permanently behind, or 4 months into cold calling making $0, wondering if I was wasting my life or taking a risk on a different business and ruining everything. But I didn't quit. I didn't go back to the job. I didn't say screw it, this isn't for me. I locked in, I cut the distractions, I went ghost on everyone for months, and I made it work because I had no choice. Because the alternative was being someone who watched the biggest economic shift of my generation from the sidelines. And that's the thing no one's telling you right now. You don't have time to think about this for another year. The window is open. It is the most open it'll ever be. Every month that goes by where people wake up to this, the door gets a little smaller. It doesn't mean you're too late. You're not. We're still super early. But every single week you spend thinking about when to start is a week your future self is going to want back. If any of this hit and you actually want to figure out how to get on the right side of this, I built a full free training that walks you through exactly how I did it, how my students are doing it, and the actual path from where you are to making money with AI. The link's in the description. No pitch, no fluff, just the real path. If you're someone who watches this and waits a year before doing anything about it, that's on you. Okay, that's the choice. But if you're someone who's been feeling like something needs to change and you finally have a reason to move, this is your reason right here. For more AI business content or just my day-to-day life and what goes on in my business, what I do every day, subscribe to this channel. I am going to get way more active on here. And let me know what's actually holding you back from making the move in the comments. I read them all. I'll see you in the next one.